Oh, you know what time it is? Maximum point sport. Arsenal nil, PSG one blood. Match reaction. You see, yeah, I remember when I was going to school as a kid. All I was going to school to do, school, study, my subjects, trying to pass them, come out with good grade. And at times, yeah, you get to struggle when with some courses. You find some difficult, find some, easy. But in the end, you just find a way and then you pass your courses, you graduate. You know what I mean? If you study in engineering like I did, yeah, you must have gone through series of training. You must have gone through practicals, designs, laboratory works. You must have been refined, done calculus, differentiations and integrations. You know what, yeah? And you have to do all these things, yeah, to get you ready so that you can go out there to become a good professional. Well, don't ask me why. Don't ask me what I do right now. Yeah, and if you really want to know, I've really not deviated from engineering. Yeah, I'm still hovering around engineering, you know what I mean? But jokes aside, these referees, European referees, I thought it used to be only the Premier League. These are Champions League referees. Referees that are thought to be professionals, to have gone through series, of trainings, exams, practicals, assisted with, aided with, supported with, protected with technologies. And they still commit this kind of blunder on one of the world's biggest stages. Blunders. That first half performance from the referee was an absolute joke. Man raised the bar so high that when it was time for him to continue making decisions, he couldn't. He bloody couldn't. That Urine Timber penalty call on, that Varaskelia penalty appeal, yeah, against Urine Timber. If you look at it, it's valid. If you look at it, it's valid. And because he committed that blunder there, even the VAR couldn't even call it. This is what we witness in the EPL every week in, week out. Even the VAR couldn't even call it. After that, another penalty appeal on Mikel Merino. He couldn't call that. That's because he knew he has committed blunder earlier. Saka getting a yellow card for cleanly receiving the ball, for cleanly collecting the ball from Mendes, advancing towards advancing towards a one-on-one, and he got a yellow card for that. Oh my God. Many decisions like, is the referee seemed like he was high on something. This is the Champions League semi-final, and this is the best you can. This is the best you can give the world. The world was watching. This is the best you can offer to give the world. Poor, poor. And when I sit and look at this thing there, I feel like this job. Come on, this job. How difficult is it to do? How difficult is this job to do? Because I feel like, come on, any other person can do this job. Any other person can do this job. You just, it's so glaring. They spend many minutes looking at a VR decision that you can just take under 30 seconds. They spend 4 5 minutes taking that decision. But you've been aided by machines, robots, technologies. This refereeing body is shit, seriously. I thought it's just the Premier League. Now I see the virus is spread all around Europe. I know the Premier League, they are on a different scale. Those ones, they are absolutely being picked from the dungeons like and brought into the PGMOL and MOL, yeah. Those ones, they are on a different level of inaccuracy, okay? But I barely see things like this happen in the UCL back then, back those days. I barely see things like this happen. Cleanly tackle, even when VR was not there. Clean tackle, you get foul, you get booked. Clean, oh my God. As Saka one-on-one on goal, you know what that means? Saka one-on-one on goal. Man was in a tight space against Thibaut Courtois the other day, one of the world's best goalkeeper, and he dinked him clean. He was one-on-one advancing towards Donnarumma. You lot know what man can do, how quick he is. You lot know what man can do. But then he gets a yellow card for that. And Martinelli, I tried to defend you even before this game. Even before this game, I was defending you. Just an hour before this game, I was defending Martinelli. Oh my God, this is a poor performance. A really, really poor performance. You know what I mean? This is not a performance that you would want to rely on going into the second leg. You are home. You cannot afford to have played like this. This is poor. 1-0. You look so open. Arsenal look so open. Look so absolutely open. I know Partey was not there. Gabriel's not there. These two guys were there. It was a big, bar raised. Of course, it's not like Jakub Kivior did anything wrong in the game. I think there was a little time where he misplaced a pass, although it didn't cost anything because it was retrieved, by Merino. It caused a foul. That pass actually caused Merino to make a foul. Yeah, but aside that, he's not done anything wrong. But when you talk about players stepping up and going ahead of the game of everybody, we miss Gabriel. We really miss Gabriel Magalhaes. Partey was not there to stabilize, the midfield. The midfield was really, really, it was a fluke. The midfield was leaking because Partey was not there. Unfortunately, he's going to be coming back, but in the away game, when the stadium is going to be rocking. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I don't know what to think about this game. I know people want to say PSG were better and stuff like that. If you look overall 90 minutes, you would want to. It's not like they were largely better. They were just slightly better. And that is due to the first 30 minutes. Yeah, The first 30 minutes of the game beat them because they were the only team on the pitch in the first 30 minutes. They took their goal. The goal came, you know what I mean? That goal is not one of the most classiest goal. It's not one of the classiest goal you can see around. That ball just came. It wasn't expected that he was going to take it at once because Hello Man were standing before him. But then he swept it one time and it went across the post, hit the post, and went into the net. It's nothing. There's nothing anyone can do about that. 1-0 to Paris Saint-Germain. And next week, Wednesday, Arsenal will be traveling to Paris, hoping to overturn the 1-0, this 1-0 deficit away from home. But what can you do? What can you say? You just have to believe in it. And I hope that before that time, they are able to put themselves back together and go and fight, you know. But for now, everything really, really looks very difficult for Paris to come and get the win. Everything really, really look difficult already. So that's it for the game. It's Arsenal 0, PSG 1. End of the game, and we move. Next game is still at the Emirates against Bournemouth at the weekend before Arsenal travel to Paris for the second leg. And I hope to catch you up on all the updates over the week in preparation for that game next week. That's all for now, and I'll see you guys a lot soon. Ciao.